Hi, Alina Marchant, the insurance chick here. I just wanted to make this quick informative video on how to read our HSP or Health Saver Plus Gold Edition brochure for Pennsylvania. Okay, so the email that I had sent you is a PDF format of this same brochure. If you look here in Pennsylvania, we do offer no deductible plans. Okay, that's a huge benefit for the folks there in Pennsylvania. Our calendar year maximums, typically I write them for 250,000 or 500,000. You'll be surprised at just how little amount of maximum benefit you do actually need. When you get into price transparency and being able to do fee for service insurance, the prices do vary a lot, and a common theme is the government or whoever has taught folks that you need to have, $1 million a year for insurance, and that is just simply not the case. But I have other videos on my channel that explain that. So let me go ahead and explain how to read this brochure. A majority of the plans that I write are the Gold Preferred 3 unit. Okay, hospital benefits. Basically, your first day that you're confined to a hospital, think of this as a per day amount. That's $2,250 per day. You want to think of this as a bucket of money. So every day that you're in the hospital, you're accumulating that bucket of money. All right, there's different amounts for different illnesses and injuries. Anything after the first day for a covered sickness is $4,500 a day. So you could be in the hospital for like a bowel obstruction for like 10 days, and think about how you're just there for like room and board for a majority of those days, and that costs about $400. So you can see how these services start to accumulate. Your covered injury benefit, $67.50. Really good. If you're in intensive care, the rates go up just a little bit. This is for the first 20 days. After 20 days, you may have some out-of-pocket exposure then, but usually if you're in intensive care for more than 20 days, it's going to be pretty bad. We do offer a small amount for mental illness and drug and alcohol abuse. That's at $600 per day. From experience, that is not enough, which is why I tell people if you need things like substance abuse or mental illness help, this is not the plan for you. Also, like rehab facility, it only pays $22.50 per day. Again, not a lot. Anesthesia, you go under for surgery, we're going to pay your anesthesiologist $5,000, per day as an outpatient. Professional services, I'm going to run through this kind of quickly. Basically, if you're inpatient, we pay them, the physician himself, $150 per day. Where it comes down to the per day 3x RBRBS. Now, what this is this is a fee schedule. So if the same a person would go in for the same surgery, for the same outpatient surgery, the government would say, if they're on Medicaid or Medicare, the government would say, we are paying this flat fixed amount. We are paying no more. You cannot bill the patient any more than that. Well, the 3X means that our plan pays 300% more than what that same surgery would cost somebody if they were on Medicaid, which is the state insurance, or Medicare over 65. Okay, so this is huge. When doctors see the PHCS on your insurance card, they know that they're making money. It's also giving you a whole lot of protection to go in for an outpatient or an inpatient surgery. Everything else is pretty explanatory. Now here is the additional outpatient benefits. These are what folks tend to use the most in their daily lives. The plan pays a fixed amount of $160 per day. That means if you go into your doctor's office, you hand them your card, doctor's office typically will charge $100 to $140, sometimes $185, depending on the area that you're in, but the plan will pay $160. So your doctor will send the claim to us. We will pay up to $160. So let's say your doctor charges $120 for the visit, and you're in there for like 8 minutes if you're lucky. Okay, so they file a claim for $120. We refund you the difference. So you're going to get a check in the mail for $40. Okay, that's what makes these plans really, really cool. And also another thing, that's why it's important to stay in the network, because we have pre-negotiated costs worked out with those doctors and hospitals to save you the most amount of money. When I say that this is consumer-driven healthcare, I'm telling you, this is consumer-driven. These plans were built by a surgeon, and they are consumer friendly. MRIs, CAT scans, this is one of those things where you can price shop. Price transparency law is in effect. You can literally go to the closest hospital, plug in what you need to have done, and they will give you the price. All right, we pay up to $700 per day. So you could have an MRI done the next day. Maybe the doctor's like, I'm not happy, I want to have a CAT scan. You get another $700 per day. And let me tell you something, a CAT scan, MRI, a lot less than $700 a day. I know that for a fact, to Google it. Laboratory benefit, all these are per day. I get a lot of questions about the emergency department. If you go into an emergency room, we'll pay $400, okay, for the visit. And then let's say they want to run an MRI, $700 plus the $400 for the visit. They want to do an X-ray as well. That's another $240 for the visit. So you can see how that bucket of money starts really adding up. Ambulance, $1,000 for ground, $2,500 for air. And this could be, and I just had this happen where a gentleman went into the hospital for a surgery. They needed an ambulance to take him from that hospital to his sister's house where he was going to rehabilitate. He was able to use that $1,000 to pay the $650 ambulance bill to take him from one place to the other. And then he still had, a couple $100 left over from that. Prescription benefits, $30 a day, brand name, $60 a day. You also get our Script Saver card, which is like GoodRx that you've seen on TV. It's a little card with a code, and again, saves you money on your prescriptions. Anything preventative, you have to wait at least 30 days after the effective date. Okay, so after 30 days, your plan, you can go have your colonoscopy, have your mammogram, have whatever you need done, anything preventative, that is then covered. Also, I put on here a critical illness rider. It starts at 10,000, goes all the way up to 50,000. What this does is it gives you, again, that bucket of money. If you have a stroke, a heart attack, you are diagnosed with internal cancer, end-stage renal failure, anything like that, we send you a check for whatever it is that I put on your plan. Usually I try to keep it around 35, 40,000, depending on your age. I can lower it and decrease it, when we talk more about that on the phone. Some of the added value benefits are the teledoc. That's a doctor on your cell phone or on your computer, 365 days a year, 92% of issues are solved without you ever having to go into your doctor's office, 92%. Very straightforward. You call in teledoc, you talk to the licensed doctor, they call in a prescription to your local pharmacy, you go to the pharmacy, you pick it up. That simple. We have this Thick Cares 360 group. This is really important. Anytime you get a bill over $2,500, like you're going in for a major surgery, or you slip and fall on the ice and crack your knee, the Cares 360 group, that's where they step in and they start negotiating your prices. I have personally seen hospitals charge $290 for a Band-Aid. That's $1.25. So that's where they step in to save you even a more amount of money. And this is all free. This is all part of the plan. The Script Saver card, kind of went over that. You get a certain code that you use. I just had somebody who had blood pressure medicine. She used the card with her big group plan. She was paying $15 copay. It turns out the actual cost of her prescription was $4, and she had been paying $15 every month. She went in there, asked for the cash price. It was $4. So you can kind of see how this plan works a little bit. I don't want to take up too much of your time. Chances are, if you're watching this video, I've already sent you a quote. The next step would be write down some questions that you may have in the brochure. We can do a Zoom call. We can talk over the phone, and we can go through all the questions you may have regarding like the plan. And if I've grouped your plan with our other policies like dental or our accident plan or anything like that, we can go over that as well. My job is to make sure you have the best financial coverage if something were to happen. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I look forward to speaking with you soon. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.